Hello and welcome back to Explaining True Believer by Hayley Williams. In the last video, which you could find on my channel, I explained the riff that is present throughout and a bit of the chords, and I do a little playthrough. But I was left with a comment that says, can you please re-explain the chords? And I'd be happy to, because I did not explain them very well last time. So you're in the key of F minor, which means that you have F, you got G, you got A flat, then you have C as your 5, you have E flat, which is your flat 7, and then F is obviously your 1/octave. So those are basically all of the chords that you're going to need. You're going to need to know, so you have your E string, you have your A string, you have your D string. Those are really the three. Oh, and you do touch your G string a little bit. But if you know your power chord shape, which is this guy, if you do it with your A string, I like to use my middle finger to mute this guy, so that way when I play it, I can just strum all of them, but this one is muted. These three, oh, this one's being played. These two are being muted, and this one's being muted, while these three are ringing. So that's how I play my power chords. I play 1, 5, 1. For the low E string, you don't have to worry about muting as much, for obviously up here, because there's nothing there. But I use my pointer by just lightly touching them while I press on the low E. So that is how power chords are played. If you know your musical alphabet, then you will be able to figure out where your chords are based on whatever note you start on, right? So if you're on E here, then your next one is F, and then F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, back to E on 12. And if you caught that, then you will see there are 2 spots. You can skip all this if you know this, by the way. There are 2 spots where there's no sharp or flat in between. Basically, it starts with A, ends with G. You repeat the cycle. In between each one of those notes is a sharp or a flat, except for B and C and E and F. You can think about it like because every fretboard is built that way. That's just a little trick to remember where they are. So E and F are a half step, and then B and C are a half step, which means that they are directly next to each other. Otherwise, for example, you got like D, E, you gotta skip one because there's D sharp / E flat in the middle, right? Each one of those middle notes have 2 names depending on context. In my last video, I called this G sharp, like a silly goose, because that's what the website I was reading off of did, and that's not theoretically correct. It's actually A flat because of the key we're in. So, enough of the theory. I'm gonna teach you the chords. So, first chord, C. Then the next one is E flat, C, right? C sharp, D, D sharp, E, E flat, right here. So that's 6th fret, A string, that's E flat. I said that this was your only option last time. That was not true. I don't know why I said that. There's also an A string. And then F is 2 higher than that, which you still get that little like walk-up sound that I was talking about in the last video, this way. Percussion, if you want to know the Roman numerals, it goes like 5, which is C, then to 7, E flat, then to octave F, right? C is 5, flat 7, E flat, then 1, C, E flat, then F, and that's your verses and your pre-chorus. I like to play the riff during the verses, and then the chords during the pre-chorus, but that's a preference thing. You could play the chords for the whole beginning if you don't feel like doing the little riffy thing. Then for the chorus, you start on A flat, which is on your 4th fret E string. to that. So that's flat 3 is the first chord, then to 1, then to 5, then to 2, back to 3, or flat 3 I should say. Cool part about that 1 to 5 move is that if you're having trouble remembering, it's just whatever your ring finger was on is now your 1. Does that make sense? And then the strumming pattern, maybe I'll touch on that too. Down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, is the one that I grouped with the song. I would love to sing it so you can hear it. I can't sing that low, but hopefully you can hear it in your head as I'm kind of playing through it. Also, this is a really old guitar, so sorry it's squeaky, but hopefully this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and happy jamming. Sure. Anyway, bye.